this, and it's sad. And when I was at a club last Fashion Week, this fall's Fashion Week. And I met this girl named Mia, and I got really fucking wasted. And I was telling her that I'm a poet, and I was like, I really want to write funny poetry. I want to play around with words. I want to make people laugh. And she was like, did Lana Del Rey ever make you laugh?
Real.
So here I am today. I like to always start off reading with a poem from someone who isn't me, and Richard Brautigan lived in LA and New York and is one of my favorite poets of all time, and he wrote this poem called The Beautiful Poem. I go to bed in Los Angeles thinking about you. Kissing a few moments ago, I look down at my penis affectionately. Knowing it has been inside you twice today makes me feel beautiful. It's just, you guys don't have to do that.
I want to.
You just be like, yay! Or sometimes you get clapped, that's cool. Or you can snap, I'm not the police, but otherwise Pooja is gonna be like, oh, this is great material. So I wrote this poem about being really hot in Brooklyn the first summer I was here, because I'm from Chicago, and it's not that big of a difference, but there's a lot more concrete here than there is in the great state of Illinois. The sky bulks at the heat wave in Brooklyn. Bulbs breach from prefab porches in 95 degrees. The poorest of us thrive in the fever that makes the skyline of the city quiver with violence. Young boys on motorcycles tyrannize the park, flying fast as falcons, and message boards report gunshots in paradise. During these weeks, we leave only at night to bring a few sweating bottles back to Tuna Tin Apartments. The fool and I walk by the river. It is late, but not yet dark. High above, a helicopter beats the air with its bladed metronome, and the ice cream truck whirs with its nursery rhyme sneer. The skirts of pigeon-footed girls snap against their elbows. They fend off exposure to sun-kissed Stratfords by deviant winds. An apartment with a red light in its window blushes in the distance, and silently I point. Inside is a double suicide, a gore hole where love's Ouroboros split itself in half like an apple, a spectacle of the realm of love, an inexact eternity. Two spirits tighten and burst into mitosis, cleaved from a once cursed thing. The audience applauds. The fool looks up, and the red light is off.
Yay!
Guys, this is so fucking fun. Are we having fun right now? Are we loving this? Are we in a double suicide mood this evening? Who's trying to play double suicide after this with me? It's almost Leo season. Woo! August 1st. Down the red stairs of a red club, the moon's long hair is a blanket softly wrapped around the shoulders of a corpse, toothless and small, and you glowing how teeth glow in an open mouth, your face obscure and eyeless. Your arm full of buckshot and your missing middle finger confuse the fat stray dogs and the smiling old ladies selling gelatin and raspados. And so you are confused by the tin roof shacks where people live and buy and pot flowers, and where small clay animals guard the roofs. And I am a woman on an empty stage in an empty theater, a child who wants to be special one day with nothing to offer the world except my love. The sea of waving arms and legs, of hips and wounds, the sea that contains you and takes you from me. My feet touch the floor and I am told to go play. There's your eyes in the Holocene blinking. The little morning. Where life is all good news, no one wants to sleep. Every light seems to beat down on you, begging you. Like an old man who can only, pointing their fingers and with a voice full of blame, say, you. Are you an intellectual prostitute or an altar in the shape of a woman? Are you rendering a trap, a carnival visible from the air? Two women on broken stools facing each other, guns in each other's mouths, lights dancing on the water, the humid curls clinging to their necks, their limbs that disappear in darkness. There is a bitterness to meeting yourself here, a place with no hello and no apology, the feeling of lightning striking itself, and the two women there, crying into my hands, nostrils wide with pain, two horses with one broken leg. When you regretted going underwater, you swam up, and gasping with your head above the surface, saw only emptiness forever. I had an essay that I was thinking about reading this evening. I was like, no, it's gonna take the whole 5 minutes. I wonder if people get bored. And it was about this article that I wrote about the movie Priscilla, which almost teen. It was a beautiful, beautiful film, but I think the thing that stood out to me the most about it was Sofia Coppola told Priscilla's story for the first time on her terms, right? And for me that was a really monumental moment, and I know probably a lot of us hotties in this room had encounters of the third kind, men over the age of 18, when we were still in high school, right? And Priscilla really represented that in a strong and nuanced way, and in line with the way that Priscilla Presley wanted that to be represented for herself. And when people came to her and told her she was a victim, or tried to coddle her, or even detracted her for her relationship with Elvis, she was basically just touch grass, go outside. And so I wrote this whole essay about the relationships that I had with men when I was in high school and how it changed me and all about that. And I was like, I think there's maybe too much cum in this, and I don't know what the mood is. And I was I turned to Anton, I was like, is anyone reading anything else that's sad? And thank God you said yes. You were who just said that there are people reading things that are sad? So I was I'm just gonna go, I'm gonna push it to the limit, so let's go. I have one more for you guys. The loves of women's lives visit them in their minds in perpetuity, and yet we are always being asked to consider what men truly lose when they lose too much. You said the wound is the source of power of the child, a bride of the world, stripped bare by her bachelors, a little girl who must be the gift and the giver at the same time. And today, rolling in sheets of glass, of dry thunder on the mountain, of a bush on fire beneath the swollen vastness of the sky, I think of myself and fondly, no less than a world away, now someone who no longer understands the things I wanted. Of all of the people I have met in that time, who made being alive feel like a boot in the face, and of the fascism of husbands who, despite a relative lack of means, learn to control our lives, and a question, if I am, as they say, gently waiting to die, where is my witness? Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Keep it going, Kitty. Thank you so much. Amazing. And a little bit about what she was saying at the end about how